Uh, Greetings, folks. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, what is it? Hello, my fellow snobsters. See, if you missed the last episode when I did the reading, the very, very serious reading of the Cinema Snob episode scripted by AI, by ChatGPT, then you would know that apparently I have a couple of common sayings every episode that I've never said before, but according to AI I do. One of which being introduce every episode and address the audience by their proper name, snobsters. Greetings, snobsters, my fellow snobsters, and also the outro. The outro for every episode, which apparently is stay snobby. Actually, I had a lot of fun doing that. I'm really going to have to do that again. I did, when I was done, I was like, let me see what it does for Paranormal Activity 2. That's what we did on the last episode. Check it out. It was, of the handful... Yeah, this is episode 26 of this. We have episode numbers for these, even though there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to the episode order. It really is just whatever I feel like talking about or doing in this particular stream. But that one was probably my favorite, episode 25. Cinema Snob Chat GPT. Definitely watch that. And again, when I was done, we did Paranormal Activity and Hostel. So I did print out one for. I wonder what they think I would say of Paranormal Activity 2. I'll read that sometime. I won't on this episode. It didn't do the snobsters thing, but it did give the audience another nickname. I guess the AI version of me just trades out nicknames for the audience every single episode. Or maybe the AI version of me just did Paranormal Activity 2 years after doing Paranormal Activity 1. That could happen. There's been a lot of times where there's been many years between me doing one and then the sequel. But then sometimes only a couple of weeks. There wasn't much time between the Sleepaway Camp episodes, wasn't much time between Left Behind 2 and 3, but a lot of time between Left Behind and Left Behind 2. It's whatever I feel like doing. So here's what I'll do now. For those, this would kind of be funny to see. For those good Samaritans in the comments who leave the time codes for different parts of the episode, typically whatever the subject of the episode is, but in this particular case, where's the ad for Cameo? Oh, it'll be here. What is that, about 3 minutes, 20 seconds in? All right, let me go ahead and pull that up so we can get the homework out of the way. There is still the 25% off sale going on at Cameo.com. You can get a personalized video message, a birthday greeting, shout out, ask a question, plenty of stuff. You can do it from a lot of the celebrities on there, or me. I'm on there too. Just go to Cameo.com/thecinemasnob. That summer sale is still going on. It's 25% off. Okay. Now I can... So long if that's the only reason why you were here, just to see me read the ad. But let's go ahead and get some spicy gummy bears out of the way. Now there I was at the checkout aisle at Walgreens, and I saw this little bag staring up at me. That usually happens whenever I go to the store. There will be some product there that is just calling out to be purchased and tried on video. For instance, the ranch dressing ice cream, Hershey Kiss cereal, icy cereal, which they stocked after I couldn't find it and then had to order it online, but eventually it went to the store. Oh yeah, that was calling out my name only so it could laugh at me. It's actually a pretty good cereal. But anyway, this was right there at the aisle. This could go either way. This could. It says challenge in the name. Beary Hot challenge. So, granted, it is more than one gummy bear in here. 'Cause I think the Lil Nitro gummy bear that they call like the world's spiciest gummy bear. I think it's like 9 Scovilles or 9 Scovilles. Yeah, it's actually not much of a challenge, but no, 9 million Scovilles I think is what it is. I think that just comes with the one gummy bear. This one's got a decent amount. There's a handful in here. Some are red, some are blue. It doesn't say on the package if there's a difference between the red and the blue one. I'll try out the red one. It seems like that one would be spicier. It would be very nice of them, though, if they added like a cooling one in there, too. The red one's too spicy. You pop the blue one, like, milk flavored and salt. Well, that took care of the spice. Excellent. I didn't need to drink that whole gallon of milk. It says challenge in there. So maybe it'll be just that, or maybe it'll be no spicier than, I got this hot cinnamon gum. Not that spicy, but my breath is fresh. I have seen the one chip challenge at checkout aisles. I think at Walgreens. I've seen them in stores. It went very, very mainstream. So okay, but it also I don't think there's any. Well, there is a warning back there. Is it a warning for me not to touch it now that my hands have been in there for about 5 minutes? Okay, fully chew one at a time. Well, this is just teaching me how to eat. I've been high before. I know how to eat gummy bears. Been to a movie theater. I know how to eat gummy bears. All right, let me find a red one in here. So, I'm just starting to get these out of the way at the very beginning of the episode. That way we get it out of the way early, and we can ramble for the rest of it. Hang on, let me set you guys down here for a second. They put the red ones at the bottom. Okay. Well, here they are. It's not that big. I'll have to keep these out next time Jared is over and like not mark them at all. Well, depends on how spicy it is. If it's mild, I won't leave them out. That won't be hilarious if anyone accidentally eats those. Okay, let's see the Beary Hot challenge. What kind of challenge this is? Sweet. Nice fruity taste. Oh, there's the spice. The spice is there. Oh, Jesus. It's... Okay, it's not one chip challenge hot. It isn't one chip challenge hot. It just like... You know when you... Here's what kind of got me a little bit. This is weird. It's... Okay, first, let me just say right off the bat, this isn't much of a challenge, to be perfectly honest. It did get me a second. Because you know how when you eat a gummy bear, it can be a little juicy. That's kind of what that was. It's spicy, but since the juice of the gummy bear kind of just went back here, it was like this shot of heat went into the back of my throat. So the spice is like not in the front of my tongue at all. Like I don't feel it here like in the front like at all. The back of the throat a little bit. The back of the tongue a little bit. So basically, yeah, I know where your head's at. The gummy bear shot a spicy load into the back of my throat. Maybe the blue one. See, maybe trickier. Maybe the blue one's a little spicier. Here's how much of a non-challenge this is. I didn't know if this was going to be anything like the one chip challenge. I didn't. So I did kind of really not reached for this at all. I only reached for this to show you that I had this sitting there. This is so mild, man. This is not... If it was... Okay, here's the thing. If it was just called, like, spicy gummy bears, you know. If it was just in the regular candy aisle, spicy gummy bears. It's about the level of spice I would think, like a normal level of spice. Then I wouldn't be surprised by anything about it at all. The blue one's every bit as spicy as the red one. Um, but the fact that it's being marketed as this challenge for who? Who is this a challenge for? The kindly old lady with her coupons in front of me at the Walgreens aisle? Well, my dumbass saw it sitting there. This is... Okay, sure. It's a challenge if you don't like even the smallest bit of spice. Yeah, this would be too much. This is... I don't know what to compare it to. Like it's kind of no spicier than your regular hot sauce that you just get at the store. It's far below any hot sauce that has the word ass in the name. This is like this is really like, dude, have you done the jalapeno challenge? What do you mean, breakfast? Yes, I have. Yeah, I survived it. I'm fine. I'm on to lunch now. Pass me the Frank's Red Hot so I can have the Red Hot challenge. No, not Frank's Red Hot challenge. No, the Red Hot candy challenge. Whoa, slow down. Don't eat all those at once. You might get sick. Not from the spice. You just might get a tummy ache if you eat those too fast. Man, that's not even... I am going to have a drink of this just because I'm kind of thirsty right now. I didn't bring... Usually I have some coffee sitting here or some water. But I was like, well, maybe, I'll need this for the challenge. No. I'm going to drink this right now. But only because I was thirsty. Well, I got some milk for my icy cereal is still sitting in there. I think I might have some Cocoa Pebbles in there. Sprinkle these gummy bears on an omelet. Why not? I remember. I see Jared's in the chat. Jared can vouch for this. I remember one time. This was funny. We used to have this show. It was called the 80s Dan. And I played a guy from the 80s who came to present day. And it was structured like a sitcom parody. And there's an episode, it was a Christmas episode, where a couple of the characters, Christmas cookies, and I forget why, but they decided to put hot sauce in it. I think it was the Ass Reaper hot sauce that they mixed into the cookie dough. So, grab it, and just the look of pure shock. It was like the biggest shock. But... Imagine the shocked look on his face in any movie twist ever. Multiply that by 20 and you get the look on his face because he doesn't like spice that much anyway. So if you already don't like spice, the look on your face when you would never in a million years be expecting this plate of chocolate chip cookies to be very, very, very spicy. With the Ass Reaper sauce. The Ass Reaper was 250,000 Scovilles, I think. So it wasn't like, Amelia, Blair's Ultra Death or the One Chip Challenge, Carolina Reaper stuff. Not like that. I do see I did see in the chat that someone mentioned Carolina Reaper coffee. I might have to look into that. Carolina Reaper coffee. That does sound like it would be. It's two things I combine on this show. The spicy food and me sitting here drinking coffee because I need something to help me focus while I ramble on camera for a while. Okay. I do see apologies if there is any lag going on. Or anything. It is, now that I think about it, it is storming outside. So maybe I'll go ahead and... I was going to do another topic on this episode too, But if it's like, I'm showing the green box on here, so not getting anything in the red. But I believe you in the chat when multiple people are saying that there's some freezes and some lags that are going on. So maybe I'll go ahead and save the other topic for next week and just jump right into the super chats that we have here. If it gets better after the super chats, we'll bullshit about some more stuff. We went from an amazing episode where I'm reading Chat GPT scripts and now go into very disappointing spicy gummy bears. Well, okay, let's see here. We got some stuff over here in the super chat. Daniel Vasquez says, "Are you looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem?" Yeah, I think I saw one trailer for it. I see so many trailers at the front of the movies that if I'm the only person in the aisle, I'm usually on my phone, like just looking at stuff on my phone during the trailers. I guess I'll see it. Because I was talking about this a little bit last week, where I have to I'm just needing to be home a lot more now for obvious reasons. So between that and also working on the next book, it did kind of come down to something had to be sacrificed, and current movie reviews being that thing. With exceptions, of course. I guess Ninja Turtles will maybe be one of those exceptions. Sure. I was going back and forth in my head about whether I was going to do a redo on Los Tortugas Pinjas. It was an early Snob episode. It was a porn parody of Ninja Turtles. I think it's Brazilian, where they have the catchphrase Conchadunga. They have this really catchy-ass theme song, too. Like, Ninja Turtle, yeah, yeah, yeah. I still remember it in my head. I was considering doing a redo of that because the sound quality on the original episode, and this is saying a lot, the sound quality on the original episode is really, 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 really bad. And again, that's saying a lot when you think about what the sound quality was like on a lot of old Snob episodes. This one, the weird thing is, I don't even remember the sound quality being that bad when I made it. I don't know if there was something that got messed up from downloading it off of Blip TV, where it originally aired, when we had to download a lot of stuff from Blip to then move them over to the archive site, thecinemasnob.com. I don't know if something got weird with the audio in that transition, because again, I don't remember the sound quality being that bad when I made it. So I'm considering doing a redo on that episode. Maybe. It'll either be that or I've been wanting to do Casino Royale 1967 for a while, since that's the next one up in the James Bond list. Campbellzilla says, aside from The Day the Clown Cried, are there any infamous lost films, TV shows you'd be interested in seeing? Yeah, the lost movie that I made, Sadistic Bitch. my exploitation film, where the cheating boyfriend gets mutilated with like power tools and gets like breast implants put in made of like turkey breast and condoms, and it was even if I were to rediscover that movie, that shit ain't going online anywhere. That's going right back. I'm glad I found it, but it's going right back in the drawers. So, what was that show? I know that there's like, I think maybe a minute or two of it that you can find, but there was a show, it's like the late 60s, I think. It's called Turn On, where it was like, it was either a knockoff or it was a spinoff of Laugh-In. And Tim Conway, he wasn't a cast member on it. He was like, had this show gone on, I think it would have had like a different host every week, like an SNL type thing, but before SNL. And this particular episode, that host was Tim Conway. And the show, I guess, went over so bad that it was like canceled midway through its airing. And in some places, the whole thing didn't even air. And it's like a 30-minute show, and there were some outlets that were that just halfway through were like, no, this is too raunchy for us. We don't like this. They're taking it off the air. Put some, but I don't know. Put like the last 15 minutes of a Brady Bunch on there or something. I've wanted to find that out of curiosity. Like, what in the late 60s was so bad they had to cancel it mid-airing, and in some places just took it off the air halfway through? Turn On is what it was called. Last I looked for that, it's been a while since I've looked for it. Last I did, I think you could only find like a minute's worth of it. And it was like a minute in the middle of maybe like a TV special on stuff that was canceled after one airing. Cody Bishop goes, "Hey Brad, congrats on the baby. Any chance we'll see some early 2000s horror movies on the Snob? As in House of Wax?" I would do House of... I kind of liked House of Wax. Grant, I haven't seen House of Wax since like 2005, I think that came out. And I liked it then. It got pretty brutal, and some of the effects were kind of cool. It was like better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe watching it now, I wouldn't like it very much. But when it came out, I was okay with it. Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, I would do the Hills Have Eyes remake. I'd have to do the second one from the 80s first. But yeah, I'd do the remake. And he says Cabin in the Woods as well. I probably wouldn't do Cabin in the Woods. But the rest of the Saw movies I'll get through. Yeah, at least I'll do like Saw 2 when the 10th Saw movie comes out. Doctober says, "Keep it snobby and smash that like button, snobsters." Oh, yeah, there you go. That's, see, Chat GPT needs to work that in there. That combines a lot. That combines a catchphrase, an outro, nickname for the audience, and telling you to smash that like and subscribe button. Do it. YouTube hates promoting our channel. I'm thinking it might be the adult episodes. So smash that like button. Hit subscribe, snobsters. Okay. Jay Donaldson goes, "Hi, Brad. My wife, who is a redhead..." Let's see where this goes. "My wife, who is a redhead, who has played the flute at band camp, would like... Okay, I got you. Would like to know your opinion on American Pie." Well, American Pie is great. It's a lot of fun. It is. I kind of like how... I like American Pie 2 a lot as well. I do really like the first one. The second one might be my favorite, honestly. The third one, American Wedding. I like American Wedding a lot. I don't think I saw American Reunion. The direct-to-video ones I didn't see either. But, no, I really like that era does kind of mirror the 80s raunchy comedies quite a bit. I like that because I love the 80s raunchy comedies. And in the 2000s, even though American Pie is like 99, but let's just say 2000s. The 2000s, after American Pie, you did get all of those knockoffs afterwards. And it is a little like all the post-Porky's movies after Porky's was like a big breakaway hit. Granted, and I like Porky's, but granted, like American Pie got better reviews than Porky's did. But no, I do like that about the 2000s is that there are some things that do kind of mirror like 80s sort of raunchiness a little bit. So no, I like the American Pie movies. And if you see enough of those movies of those genres, you can see why like the ones that were hits. Like as much as Porky's was like not well liked by critics at all, but was a big audience hit. Yeah, because like when you it is a better made movie than say like off the top of my head, Getting It On or something like that, or Loose Screws. Screwballs is one of my favorite movies, but Loose Screws isn't all that good. So and sort of like with American Pie, it's like, yeah, you can see why that's like a popular one. It did really well. It does have a lot of heart to it, and is better than like some of the one. It is a better example of that era than say. And I kind of like this movie too, but it's better than like Tomcats. No, I like the American Pie movies. Campbellzilla goes, have you seen the Linda Blair film Savage Streets? Oh, hell yeah, I have. She autographed my copy of Savage Streets. Do I have it back there? I've got an autographed VHS of that. It might be at the studio. I think it's at the studio because when I brought some tapes home, it was mainly like some of the big boxes to put back there. But I've had that in the background of some stuff. When I got that signed, this is an early convention that we did. It was one of the horror cons. And so we're standing there in line. I've got my VHS of Savage Streets. Brian is next to me. And he didn't have anything. So I said, well, you can hold on to this and ask her to sign it. Because I also had a copy of Exorcist II, The Heretic, with me. And I wasn't bringing it to be a smartass or anything like that. I just had Savage Streets, and I had a copy of Exorcist II. I think maybe I had just bought Exorcist II at that time or something. So I was like, and again, not even being a smartass or anything. I was just like, do you want to ask her to sign this? And handed him Exorcist II. So I was in line in front of him and put down my copy of Savage Streets. She was really into it. She was like, oh, I never get this one. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and it's on VHS too. Oh, sweet. She signs it, hands it back to me. Brian's behind me, sets down Exorcist II, and you just can kind of just feel her internally rolling her eyes a little bit at Exorcist II. She really didn't say anything about it. Brian was like, no, it's cool. I really like this. And she was kind of like, it's cool. Yeah, right. And gives it back to him. And again, not at all intending to be like a smartass. Just like, there's Exorcist 2, right? It's well made. Exorcist 2 is really well made, honestly. It's got a really good soundtrack. It's a good looking movie. If you were to watch so many moments from Exorcist 2 on mute and just looked at the cinematography, you would think this is like a 5-star movie. And in some ways it kind of is. It's so batshit that I kind of love it. It stands out. It's original. It's what you get when you get a guy to direct Exorcist 2 who didn't even like the first one. John Borman, who didn't really like the first one all that much. Sure, he's going to make a troll movie out of it. Danny McGraw says... Oh, hang on. Okay. All right. Danny McGraw goes, sorry, just highlighted a bunch of text there. Hello, Brad. Have you ever had a bad experience in the theater seeing a good movie or a good experience seeing a bad movie? A bad experience seeing a good movie. Sure. Yeah, I guess I haven't had too many. Yeah, I've had bad theater experiences before, but nothing really that much different than a lot of other people have had. Sure, there'd be rowdy audiences. It was annoying, the guy, when I was at the second Avatar, and the guy next to me was just constantly on his phone. And I know earlier I was talking about oh sure, I'll pop up my phone when the trailers are on, but I really only do that if I'm the only one in the row because there's barriers between the rows, so even if someone was behind me, they couldn't see it. If there's anyone else in the row, of course I'm not freaking on my phone even during the trailers. But this one, he's sitting next to me. He kept picking it up and looking at I don't know, Bingo or Instagram or some shit, and then he would just sit it in the cup holder so even the light was still shining up. It got to where I'm like, yeah, I'm moving a few rows down or a few seats down. There's little annoyances like that, sure. I do remember when we were at the Bye Bye Man, and it was wildly rowdy. It was a packed house because that movie came out on a Friday the 13th. It was only showing on one screen in Springfield. So if you wanted to see Bye Bye Man on Friday the 13th, you're a bunch of teenagers going to see this. You only had one screen to do it on. So it was so packed. And that entire theater did not stop talking at a full voice the entire time, to the point to where I think cops showed up at one point. The adults in the audience got, and we didn't even ask for a refund or anything, but the they were just giving like the adults in the audience like free passes to come back again. Oh, thank you. Now I can come back and see the Bye Bye Man in peace and quiet, like it was intended. Peace and quiet when watching it. There was that. Yeah, anything crazier than that? I remember the fight that broke when I was a manager at a movie theater. There was a fight that broke out in the theater showing the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie Boys and Girls. I think Matthew Lillard was also in that. I think Heather Donahue was in that too. There was some fight that broke out between like, I don't know, a couple of competing frats. So it is sort of like an 80s movie broke out in the middle of this 2000s comedy. In the middle of a theater showing a 2000s comedy. One, I think, showed his dick to someone in the audience, and so there was a bloody nose that happened. I don't know if they ever came back to finish Boys and Girls, or what if they watched it again later, or what they thought of it, and I hope the guy got his nose fixed. Jacob Matthew Crawford goes, David Mamet's making a Kennedy assassination film starring Viggo Mortensen, Shia LaBeouf, Courtney Love, Al Pacino, and John Travolta. You interested? With that cast, yes. That could be about anything. That could be about anything, and it's got that cast. I'm going to go see it. Could be about any conspiracy theory in the world. You got Pacino, Travolta, Shia LaBeouf, Courtney Love, Viggo Mortensen in a movie. At least most of the names. Yes, I'm 100% in. Sold on that cast alone. Just sit there and do a table reading of Oliver Stone's JFK. I'll be there opening day. Campbellzilla. With you being home more, can we expect more current reviews on VOD streaming movies? Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that, but that does kind of that actually kind of takes more time, and I do need that extra time to, one, just, you know, whatever I need to do here, being home all the time, but also in that downtime that I have now on Fridays typically, I do need to fully devote to the next book I'm writing. If there's something like crazy on VOD, I might actually just work that into the Cinema Snob. That's what would be easiest. Like if, you know, there's a sequel to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, or some more Jagged Edge Pictures movies about like Killer Humpty Dumpty or some shit. Probably would be best if I just move that over to the Cinema Snob. Drunken Buddha. Hi, Brad. Still not knowing who's going to be the next James Bond. Did you ever think about reviewing the Saint episodes or the 1997 movie with Val Kilmer? That would be fun to revisit. I actually remember liking that. I went to go see it with my dad in 1997 when it came out. So I was a big Val Kilmer fan. Well, still am. I love Val Kilmer. But I haven't seen the movie since. I do remember liking it. But I knew that the show was a show. Like, I'd heard of it, of course. I never saw it growing up. I didn't see The Saint, the Roger Moore series, till I was, like, way older. In fact, I don't even know if I saw it before the movie came out. Maybe, but I doubt it. It was never reran anywhere in Springfield, where I grew up, Springfield, Illinois. So, yeah, maybe, like, I could do something with that on... I mean, I doubt I would do like a snob episode on the movie, but the show, maybe I could do something. Maybe I could do something with that. I mean, if anything, to revisit the movie just as an excuse to watch it again. Campbellzilla, when did the Saw series jump the shark for you? And do you think the series would have been better if the producers hadn't screwed over Cary Elwes and made him a more prominent part of the series? Yeah, that would have been, in terms of Dr. Gordon. Yeah, if he was more prominently in it, and we weren't just left wondering every single one, what happened to the hobbling away Dr. Gordon and his missing foot? Is he okay? Is he dead? Is he alive? Is he just still laying in the street somewhere? Yeah, that would have been better than him just suddenly back in it with a complete character change. I mean, he's still playing Dr. Gordon, but there's some gaps missing there that they did in Saw 7. Jumping the shark, a lot of people would probably say the fact that, and spoiler, I guess, that in the third, Jigsaw dies, but it keeps going a bunch after, and they're having to double back and do a lot of flashbacks and things like that. People would probably say that. I don't know if I would say that, because I really rode along with the series for a while and still kind of do. Jumping the shark, I guess, for me, would have been like Saw 3D, where you would think it would be really cool seeing a 3D Saw movie, especially if it was an 80s 3D movie. You would think that would be really cool, but the delivery of it was just really not, or the execution of it was really not. Like, it didn't really feel like that much of a 3D movie. It was kind of dark, so it was hard to see a lot of the 3D effects. And then Saw 7 was just like this combination of what they would have done with Saw 7 and 8, except 6 kind of underperformed, so they squeezed 2 movies worth of material into one movie, and it was a mess, and it was a disappointing finale. I'm honestly glad they did more since then, but because 7 just left on a real bad note for me. I didn't mind that in 3 he died and then they kept doing it, because that presents a challenge. The writers had some work cut out for them, and I liked that each one, they would kind of double back on others, show things from a different angle, like you're watching like 2000s horror Back to the Future Part 2. So without time travel, but still sort of time travel if you consider that many flashbacks to be time travel. No, and you could kind of see where they did. Maybe there was some making up things as they went along, but some not. Like, there would be reveals that would happen in a later one that you could kind of see in the background, like characters who would later turn out to be villains. You could see them like making shifty eyes in the background in like the third film, and like little elements like that. I like that you would have a character. I really like this about the sequels, that you'd have a character that would be a really, really, really minor character in one, but then would be a main character in the next. Kind of like Scott Patterson in 5, or I forget his name, but the guy who was playing the cop, who was like the main character in the 4th one, but was only sort of briefly in it in the 3rd. I like that stuff about the series. So, what was the question again? Oh, right. Okay, shark jumping moments. Well, we'll find out in Saw X if it makes it to space or not. It needs to go to space. MH We Eat Nation. I was wondering if you have either One from the Heart or Forbidden Zone as your next choices for musical March in September. Originally, yes. Not Forbidden Zone, but One from the Heart. Yeah, I was going to do like One from the Heart, Pennies from Heaven, probably The Wiz, The Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond. But I don't think I'm going to do Musical March in September this year. I think I'll probably do it in like actual March to make up for it, because September, the baby's due on October 1st. September's going to be a very busy month for us. So I don't want to pick a theme month, because yeah, I'm going to be working as much as I can, of course, because we've always got to keep the site active. But in terms of like dedicating a theme month, that'd be kind of hard to do. So I'm going to do it. What it'll probably be is a lot of stuff from 1983, because I'm not sure when 1983 in film is coming out. It's going to be on Channel Awesome, but you can see it early now over on our Patreon. But when 1983 in film comes out, I'll be doing a lot of 1983 movie tie-ins, like Getting It On, My Tutor, The Big Score, stuff like that. So some of those will probably be in September, or baby movies. Like, it might be baby movies too, like It's Alive, stuff like The Unborn, stuff like that. Nick W. As common of a question that this is, I think it might have actually been a while since I've gotten it. What's the worst movie that you've ever reviewed? The one that made me the most mad was Nuki. That is probably the most obnoxious that I've sat through. Granted, that was like 13 years ago. I've got I'm a bit more even-tempered now. So, I mean, I would still think the movie is terrible. I don't know if it would piss me off to the extent that it did. I mean, it would still annoy the crap out of me, but pissing me off, I don't know. But worst in terms of execution, intent, Bat Pussy. The worst porno movie ever made. But boy, do you gotta watch this thing, man. Yeah, Bat Pussy. It's the porno where the actors are so drunk the guy can't even get it up. And you hear someone belch off screen, a crew member. They get characters' names wrong. It's skimming the surface. A lot of it is like improv drunken insults that these redneck actors are yelling at each other. It's also the subject of my next book, too, so I didn't mean that as a promotion thing. It's a genuine answer. It probably is the worst movie I've reviewed. Dave Valensky, which Jaws sequel is your favorite? Well, 2, I'd say, is the best of the sequels. But, there's times I'm in the mood to watch like an 80s 3D movie, and I put on Jaws 3D. It's got Manimal in it. Jaws the Revenge, there's really no mood of mine that I'd be in for that, except for the Double Toasted episode. Like, I've watched that more than once. That's really funny. But Jaws 5 with Bruno Mattei, that's a good one. They keep in the mafia subplot from the book, where mafia henchmen are shooting at the shark with a shotgun. It's great, and it samples Star Wars music in it, too. Dave Valensky again. I watched Devil's Advocate for the first time a long time ago. If I ever did, that's a good movie with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. I like the ending to that movie a lot. If I ever die and go to hell, I will be so disappointed if Al Pacino is not Satan. Exactly. Either Al Pacino or Robert De Niro as Louis Cypher from Angel Heart. Oh, well, this works out from a couple questions ago. Jacob Matthew Crawford, what's your... I thought it said, what's my favorite Bruno Mattei movie? I was going to say Rats. Either Rats or Hell of the Living Dead. Probably Rats would be my favorite Bruno Mattei movie. But this is a good question. I don't think I've gotten this one before. What's your least favorite Bruno Mattei movie? Oh, man. I am probably any of the Mondo ones. Bruno did a handful of Mondo movies. If you don't know what that is, like Mondo Cane, it was a popular thing from 62, I think that came out. And it's kind of presented like this exploitation sort of travelogue thing that has like a lot of weird practices in other countries, but kind of presented for like exploitation movie purposes. So Bruno Mattei did a handful of like these Mondo ripoffs. Hot, but what was one? One was called like Hot Porn Nights in the City or something. One was, I think, called like Mondo Erotica. One was called, man, it's been a while since, but they were all pretty much the same movie. Some of it would have Laura Gemser introing them and like chastising the audience for watching it while she's laying on the bed naked. Here's this human sacrifice. Check out these. No, but a lot of them would use the same clips too. They were like a Bruno Mattei, Joe D'Amato joint where, it was kind of them doing both of them together. There would be like these nude Olympics that were going on in them that was like in every single one of them. Yeah, those were kind of tough to get through. And the Mondo thing, it really isn't my favorite genre of exploitation anyway. Except for that alligator scene in Brutes and Savages. There is that. Look that up. Brutes and Savages, alligator or crocodile. It's this fake-ass crocodile in a swim. It goes from being this, like, Amazon river with this native, and this crocodile, it cuts back and forth between that and a guy who suddenly has no makeup on in a crystal clear swimming pool with an obvious toy, and it cuts back and forth between the two. Look this up on YouTube. Like, it's got to be there. Amanda Foster. Just want to say love your videos and congratulations on the baby. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll have more stories. I'll have more stories coming up here next week, because we got the baby shower tomorrow. That's what we were doing a lot of things today. We got our first professional photos taken. Me and Laura. I'll show some of those. I'll show some behind the scenes pictures and everything. We got our professional photos taken earlier over at the river and the bridge, and we got a lot of food, balloons, everything we need for the baby shower. Then when everyone got home, turned in, that's when I was like, okay, on with the next part of my day, going on a live stream and eating some spicy gummy bears. These spicy gummy bears were so lame, I honestly forgot that that's how I started this episode, was the spicy gummy bears. It's the perfect spice challenge for people who don't like spicy challenges. It's a waste of money, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll be very, very, very disappointed. There are two big disappointments this summer. The latest Indiana Jones and the Beary Hot Spicy Gummy Bear Challenge. All right, let's go ahead and get on out of here. Okay, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Be sure to, what was that saying he had there earlier? My fellow snobsters. All right, my fellow snobsters. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, stay snobby.
Everybody come join the party.